Hello students, welcome to Guru Knowledge channel. In the previous session we have studied about the internet tools, part 2. In part 2 we have studied about internet, intranet and extranet. So in this session is going to be the part 3 session. Okay, and let's begin with first one is web page. What is a web page? Web page is a single page on a website, and that page contains text, display graphics, sound, video, animation, and interactive elements is called a web page. Means a page on a website that contains text ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ಸೌಂಡ್, ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಆ ಪೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೇನಂತೀವಿ ನಾವು ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಮನ್ಲಿ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇನ್ HTML. ಈ ಥರ ಎದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನು we are going to write with the help of an HTML. So what is an HTML? HTML is a hypertext markup language, and this HTML is a formatting language. It is a formatting language used to design and create web pages. So ನಾವು HTML ಅನ್ನು ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜಸನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇರೋಂಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಪೇಜೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನಂತೀವಿ ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜ್ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು, ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ಸೌಂಡ್, ಅನಿಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಕೂಡ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟನ್ನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಏನನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜು? HTML language. So it is a formatting language and it is used to design and create web pages. And HTML provides a set of tags, commands for marking up the web contents. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕಮಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ in HTML to create the web page. And HTML is called as the language of web page. That is why HTML is called as the language of web page. Next, coming to website. I have just provided an example of a website here, Karnataka government website. So what is a website? Website is just a collection of web pages. You understood what is a web page, right? Web page, it contains text, graphics, animations and all. So similarly, collection, a number of web pages, it is going to form a website. Example can be www.karnataka.government.in or www.vskub.in, it's a Ballari University, www.kvd.ac.in, which is a Karnataka University website. Next, web address. What is a web address? Web address is also called as URL. So a web address contains information about the location of the web page. We understood what is a web page. Now, where this web page is going to locate. So what is the location of the web page? ಅದರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಜಾಗ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್, ಅದರ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇನ್ ದಿ ವೆಬ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್. ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಮನೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ, ಅಥವಾ ಆ ವೆಬ್ ಪೇಜಿಗೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರದ್ದು ವೆಬ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ವೆಬ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನೋನ್ ಆಸ್ URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator, which I already mentioned. Next, every file on the internet has a unique URL. ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಯೂನಿಕ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮನೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಫೈಲಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ ಯೂನಿಕ್ URL. ಯೂನಿಕ್ URL ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಯೂನಿಕ್ ವೆಬ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, URL ಆರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇಂಟು ನ್ಯೂಮರಿಕ್ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಸ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ನೇಮ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ URL ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು translate it into a numeric address using what? Domain naming system. We will see what is a domain naming system. Next, see, this is an example of a website, right? That is HTTP. If you see HTTP here, HTTP is nothing but a transfer protocol, means hypertext transfer protocol. HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. Next is domain name, SEMO, which is there, it is called as a domain name. .edu. Edu is a domain name ending. We will see that edu, what is edu and all we will see in detail. Next, this is a directory. Next is the academics. It is a subdirectory, means where the file is going to locate. That is called as a subdirectory and subdirectory, the location of the file. Next is, what is the file name? The file name is index. Index is the file name. .html. .html is the type of the file. Like HTML files, we are going to HTML files will be stored in the form of .htm. Okay, next, see the domain names, they are going to indicate the type of the network. Here you can see that it is edu. So what is that edu? We will see, it is going to indicate the type of network, which type of network it is, and it describes the organization or graphical relatives. Means depending upon the organizational uh, domain name system, and depending upon the geographical, there are different ones. That is, if it is .com, you might observe that if it is .com, then it belongs to commercial. If it is .org, then it belongs to organizational. If it is edu, it means it is educational. It means that this website is an educational website. Next, if it is .gov, it is government. If it is .mil, it is military networks, and net, it belongs to network organization. Similarly, based upon the geographical, means depending upon the countries, it can also be it means for Italy. For New Zealand, it can be .n. For India, it is .in. If it is .in, it belongs to India. Next, what is web browser? So web browser, it is an application software. It is a application software for accessing the World Wide Web. World Wide Web and access ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನು access ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ what we are going to use? We are going to use the application software, and it connects computer to the internet. So it is a software which connects the computer to the internet. Next, some of the popular web browsers are Internet Explorer, then Netscape Navigator, Hot Java, Mozilla Firefox, Google Chrome, etc. All these images are also present. Next, internet service providers. What are internet service providers? We also call it as ISP. ISP is what? An organization that provides internet access to the user is called as ISP. Means the organization ಏನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಯೂಸರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್. ಸೊ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡರ್ಸ್? ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ BSNL ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್, ರಿಲಯನ್ಸ್ ಜಿಯೋ, ವೊಡಾಫೋನ್, MTS, etc. Okay, so these are the internet service providers. Okay, so thank you.